I want to get some pictures with coaches, like of the front wall and some of the new things that people get to with that. We'll do that.
Good morning, everyone. May I please ask you to take your seats? Welcome to the Alamo, and thank you for joining us for Happy Trails. I am Hope Andrade, the President and CEO of Alamo Trust Incorporated. Today, we are gathered to celebrate new milestones in the Alamo Plan. But first, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge, recited by our fourth grade students from Medina Valley ISD, LaCoste Elementary School, led by their teacher, Katie Boatwright.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to the independence, one state under God, one indivisible.
Thank you so much. This is a great morning when we have our own students starting us off on this amazing day. We actually have nearly 900 4th and 7th grade students visiting the Alamo today for school day in partnership with Battle of Flowers. And we're so excited for them to be here with us today on this special day. Today, we're also honored to have joining us Texas Governor Dan Patrick, San Antonio Mayor Jeff. Want to give him a round of applause? No. Jeff Gordon and Adrian Piloto from the Texas General Land Office. Thank you all so much for being here. I believe we have Shannon Ralston. Has she arrived yet? Alamo plan. Governor Patrick, I am most proud to report that the Alamo plan is on time, on budget, and on track. Today's event, Happy Trails, serves as both the grand opening of the Alamo Promenade and the culmination of the Alamo statewide Stampede, a friendly competition among Texas counties to raise funds for the Alamo. I am so proud to share that the Stampede raised a total of more than $2.8 million for the Alamo plan. Donors from 75 counties from across Texas contributed to the Stampede. We even had people from outside of Texas raising money, which goes to show just how many people truly care about preserving the Alamo's history. Bexar County, the Alamo's home, raised the highest overall amount. And the county that raised the most per capita is Kennedy County, along the South Texas Gulf Coast, an extraordinary achievement for a community of just 350 residents. Thank you. So we are honored to have representatives from both Bexar and Kennedy counties with us today. If you will please stand. From Bexar County, behalf of Precinct 3, Commissioner Scott Moody, we have Jenny Enderlin. And from Kennedy County, who I met this morning, Lee and Donna Hunter. Please join me in another round of applause. So I just want to remind everybody that when we say that we were here at this point of Happy Trails to the statewide Stampede, we will always welcome your gifts of any amounts, and recognition opportunities are still available, so please sign up. We're also gathered here to celebrate the grand opening of the promenade. You know, what was once a roadway leading into the center of town remains a vital artery today, but now is a pedestrian-friendly corridor that will offer our visitors a more immersive approach from the southern end of downtown, including the convention center. The promenade will not only guide guests to our public park at Plaza de Valero, but continues onward to the historic battlefield itself. Cutting the ribbon on the promenade is a true sign of progress. In many ways, it remains a vital connector between visitors, the Alamo, and our nearby businesses. What will make the promenade truly unique is the Trail of Statues. This trail was the brainchild of business and civic leader Jack Gunther. He envisioned a way to educate visitors and create a historical connection between two cultural sites, the Alamo and the Briscoe Museum. And Mayor Jones, we are so honored the city contributed to these beautiful statues that will begin that trail. Would you like to come up and say a few words?
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Lieutenant Governor Patrick, it's great to be with you. Thank you all this morning for being here on this very special day. I proudly serve as the 69th mayor of this great city. I also have the great pleasure of serving as half of the executive committee alongside our land commissioner. Let me also extend my great thanks to those members of the advisory groups, the various advisory groups that have helped get us to this point. So if you're here, if you just kind of raise your hand so we can give you an applause, certainly appreciate your time and your efforts. And if you haven't gotten paid yet, it's in the mail, I promise. Well, thank you for your time and your dedication that has gotten us to this point. We also know there is quite a bit of work to do, and we know under Secretary Andrade's leadership that work will get done. As an Air Force veteran, Iraq War veteran, and as somebody that has also studied wars, I attended the U.S. Army School of Advanced Military Studies. It's a 9-month course, and part of that is to develop war planners. And you learn everything about not only why wars were started, as well as the maneuvers and how they ultimately ended and whatnot. Which is why when I think of this battle site, which in fact it is, I'm so thankful to the men and women, the elected leaders at the time when they signed the agreement in 2015, that they had the foresight, the wherewithal to say this is important not only for our history, but certainly for our economy and our identity. So it's important we have a common vision of where we're going. And it's also important we have a common set of guiding principles that are going to help us get there, right? Where are we going? The vision. How are we going to get there? The guiding principles. And I was refreshing myself on those because I think that's always important, right? 10 years, a lot of good work has gone into getting us where we are. But as we think about the next phase of those things, that vision is so important. It's a really simple document. I'd encourage folks to go look at it. 7 parts to the vision, and the one that really stands out to me, one of them, was to include and interpret the diverse cultures that contributed to the story of the Alamo area through meaningful and memorable experiences for visitors. I'm thankful that those leaders 10 years ago had the vision to say that is something we will do. How do we do that? They also had the foresight to say, as part of their 9 guiding principles, they said, we will balance scholarship, historical context, folklore, and myth to provide an engaging visitor experience. So again, there is nothing that replaces leadership and a commitment to those things like vision, like the guiding principles, to make sure this battle site that is core not only to our city's identity, our state's identity, but also our identity across the world, reflects the values and is befitting, frankly, of the intellectual curiosity of the many young folks that I saw here earlier today. So let me thank you all for all the work that has gotten us here today. You have certainly my commitment to ensure that we get this project continues to be on time, within budget, right, within scope, all those things. Proud to be here with you today, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, as a fellow San Antonian, I will tell you one of the most proud moments is when I see our city, our county, and our state working together. Thank you so much. So as you stroll along, thank you. As you stroll along the promenade, you will learn about key figures of the Texas Revolution. Along the promenade, we're honoring true legends: Army General and First Texas President Sam Houston, Jose Antonio Navarro, a signer of the Texas Declaration of Independence, and 2 Alamo couriers, Juan Seguin and John W. Smith, who carried vital messages from inside the fort to the rest of Texas. You know, as I mentioned earlier, the promenade, the cenotaph, and soon-to-be-open Texas Cavaliers Education Center are all part of the $550 million Alamo Plan, an effort that we could have never, ever have realized without the help, support, and leadership of Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. In 1836, a group of Texans took a stand for liberty and independence, a stand that we honor nearly 190 years later. And over the last decade, another group of Texans, this time in our state capital, also took a stand to ensure that the stories of those Texas revolutionaries would endure, would stand the test of time, and would continue to educate future generations of school visitors and children alike. And I believe that today, with all these school children, it reminded us of that purpose. But that group in the state capitol had a true champion from day one, a champion who helped secure hundreds of millions of dollars, a champion whose leadership and vision put us on the right path, and a champion who is helping us transform this treasured site into a premier next-generation visitor experience. We're honored to have that champion here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our champion and your Lieutenant Governor, the Honorable Dan Patrick.
I will not do the entire poem that I've done before, but I will start with this. Back in 1836, Houston said to Travis, get some volunteers and go fortify the Alamo. And the men came from Texas and from Old Tennessee, and they joined up with Travis just to fight for the right to be free. Well, we've seen that now in these times of volunteers coming together from all across Texas, from Kennedy County with 300 people, raising money per capita more than anyone else, or from Bexar County, from all over the state, around the country, around the world, have come together to be part of this, what will be the greatest, and it already is our #1 tourist attraction in Texas, to be the greatest tourist attraction of an historical site in America, and one of the finest, if not the finest, in the world. When people see this in 2027, about this time, Mayor, you'll be here, I'll be here, Hope will be here. We will open up something that people are going to say, it's just incredible. I wish you all could see it today, what it's going to be like. An incredible visitor center and museum that's going to tell the entire story from the beginning all the way through the battle. From Native Americans to the Civil Rights Movement. The focus on the battle for freedom and independence. The story will be told in a way with technology that will be something you would have thought Disney World would have created. It's going to be incredible. And it's yours, Texas, the taxpayers of Texas, those hundreds of millions of dollars that Hope talked about. I think we're now over $500 million. And it will be more, I'm sure. Those dollars are Texas dollars. And I've never had an issue at the Capitol in my 17 years there where Republicans and Democrats, conservatives, moderates, liberals, all came together and said, this is what Texas is all about. And everyone joined together. So I thank everyone in the legislature. I thank all of the volunteers. I thank all of the staff, the board, the Alamo Trust, the Foundation Board, Hope, everyone. Former Mayor Nirenberg, we worked so well together to get to this point, and Mayor, I look forward to working with you to cross the finish line on time and on budget. It's going to be a great day for Texas. So I'm just here to help cut the ribbon. A dream coming true for me, like so many. A kid growing up watching Walt Disney's first Davy Crockett and all the way through and learning about it in school. You would be shocked, by the way, how many items from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s that people are donating to us, private collections that they've had their whole lives, that they're now adults and they remember the Alamo as a kid. They remember what they learned in school. We've had more Davy Crockett lunch boxes than we could ever put on display. I just want to tell you. So it's going to be great. Thank you for coming today, and it's an honor to be here. And I can't wait for 2 years to pass for the grand opening. And we have, Mayor, today about 1.5 million people that come. I think in year #1 it will be 3 million or 4 million, and it will continue to be the shining historical preservation of history and a tremendous boost for jobs in the economy in San Antonio for so many people who want to talk completely. So thank you. God bless you. And remember the Alamo, and God bless Texas. Thank you.
I have to lower the mic. I didn't realize you were so tall, Calvin.
Sorry.
Lieutenant Governor, thank you as always. We love having you in San Antonio, and thank you for all your support. And now we invite everyone to join us on the Alamo Promenade for the be a musket firing. So be here, and may God bless our
One moment, we're just waiting for one.
Do we have a cake to cut too? That would be good.
Okay, ready? Everyone looking at this lens. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, can we get one of Sweet. One
That's going to be able to drive on here is, which this must be the common, is their trolleys.
I was like, you may not have gotten it, but no one else did. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. No.